What's up everybody and welcome to another video, and today we're going to talk about the top 10 best perks on Killer. So the best perks just across all the different killers that exist, where you get the most value out of, and I would say let's go right into it. Number 10, it is Corrupt Intervention, and Corrupt Intervention is a perk from the killer The Plague. And what does Corrupt Intervention do? Well, it blocks the free gens which are the furthest away from you. This forces survivors to work on generators which are closer to you, effectively reducing the size of the map and giving you more early game control and therefore also more early game pressure. Through the effectively smaller map size, it makes it easier for you to locate the different survivors, go into chases with them and also down them. But this is not everything. This is also especially good on killers such as Trapper or Hack for early game setups, as you don't have to worry about the survivors just rushing on these gens which are super far away from you while you're still setting up your traps. You're reducing the size, they are more under pressure to do something, and you can set up your traps effectively around the setup that you want to defend later on in the game. The higher predictability of the survivors is generally a benefit that you have across all the different killers, and therefore it makes it easier for you to snowball early into the game because of the early game pressure, so that they do not even get into this flow of finishing all the different generators early on. Therefore, a well-deserved number 10. Number 9, Deadlock. Deadlock is a perk from the Cenobite, also known as Pinhead. And what does Deadlock do? Well, whenever the survivors finish a generator, the generator with the most progress gets blocked for 25 seconds. This block of the generator gives you immediate information about the survivors and prevents further actions from them. So they can't work on this generator and they have to decide if they're going to search for another one or if they're going to wait out these 25 seconds to actually go on with repairing this generator that they were working on. It is a perk that you're definitely going to get value out of, and it doesn't require any special setup. This perk is especially strong in the mid to late game when there's not that many generators left. Kick that generator when the block expires, so this just makes this perk very, very strong. Number 8, No Way Out. And No Way Out is a very, very strong perk from the Trickster that allows you to delay the opening of the gates. If the survivors go over to the gate and they want to open it, it is going to be blocked for at least 12 seconds. But you can also collect tokens by hooking survivors, and if you hook a survivor for the first time, you gain a token which additionally delays the opening of the gate by 12 seconds, so you can get a maximum of 60 seconds delay of opening the gates. There's some killers that benefit from this even more because they have a very, very easy time to traverse the map, but also some killers that are slower at the start can benefit from this greatly because in the late game they can shine more and maybe do some setups still or build control in the late game. Number 7, No One Escapes Death, a general perk. What does No It do? Once the exit gates are powered, a dull totem in the map is going to light up, and it is going to give you a movement speed of up to 4%. You are going to apply the exposed status effect to all the other survivors that are currently in the game. And this makes Nomad one of the most hated perks, but also one of the best perks. The increased speed helps killers to catch up with survivors, down them, and especially in the chaotic endgame phase when survivors are often rushing towards the exit gates or make risky saves. Nomad is going to help you immensely. During the endgame collapse, this creates an intense situation where survivors have to decide if they are just going for the solo escape or if they're going to try to help their teammates out with a risky save. For weaker killers or newer players, this perk is just very strong. Therefore, number 7. Number 6 is Discordance, a perk by the Legion. And well, Discordance, if 2 survivors work on a generator for the first time, you are going to get a loud noise notification, and every time 2 or more survivors are working on a generator, it is going to get marked for you. This perk is then also especially strong on big maps where it takes a longer time to patrol between the different gens, and if you go to the wrong gen, you're actually wasting a lot of time. With Discordance, you know that the survivors are close and nearby. Just a little in between, if you want to stay up to date with my videos, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give this video a like, and also check out our Discord where we have a lot of different members that hang out and play Dead by Daylight together. Back to the video. Number 5 is Lethal Persuer. Lethal Persuer is a perk by Nemesis. And Lethal Persuer is a very strong perk because at the start of the game, you're going to get the survivor aura revealed to you for 7, 8 or even 9 seconds. Additionally, all other aura reading perks are going to get an additional 2 seconds to their aura reading ability. Why is this perk so good? Well, at one of the most critical phases, you directly know where you need to go. You can find the survivors very early on, put pressure on the survivors, and the faster you down a survivor, the bigger the effect of everything else is, because this survivor is not working on any gen at all. There's also killers that benefit from this more than others, for example Oni or Huntress, right? But overall it is a strong perk on all the different killers, and as I said, with the connection to the other aura reading perks, one of the strongest perks in the game. Number 4, Nowhere to Hide, a perk by the Knight. So whenever you're going to damage a generator, the aura of other survivors within a 24-meter radius are going to get revealed to you up to 5 seconds. Again, this is just an action that you're going to perform in a game of Dead by Daylight pretty consistently. You're going to damage the generators to let them regress, and also if you combine it with other perks such as Pop Goes The Weasel, it allows to just build a lot of pressure onto the different survivors. Survivors also like to work on a generator, and when they see that you're approaching, they're going to go into a hide mode and hide somewhere close to the generator, and thanks to the aura revelation, you're going to know where they are, and you can then go over to them, down them, or put pressure on them. Number 3, Grim Embrace. Grim Embrace is a perk by the artist, and it is very strong. Every time you're going to hook a survivor for the first time, you're going to gain a token. For the tokens from 1 to 3, you're going to block all the different generators for up to 10 seconds. Grim Embrace is also only activating if you're going to step away 16 meters from the hook where you have hooked the survivor. Hooking survivors is your key objective as a killer during a round, and you definitely will get value out of this perk. And on top of that, you're going to get the revelation of the aura of your obsession. Therefore, it is a well-deserved number 3 and has a very high spot. Number 2 is a perk that we have heard now multiple times already. It is Pop Goes The Weasel. It is a perk by the Clown. After you have hooked the survivor, Pop Goes The Weasel is going to activate up to 45 seconds, and when you're performing a damage generator action, the generator is instantly regressing 20% of its current progression. I think I don't have to emphasize how strong this is, especially on an action that you're going to perform pretty much in all your different games, because you want to set the survivors back after you have hooked one of their teammates. The value of this perk is also dependent on how much progression this generator currently just already has. Paired with other perks such as Discordance, you will already know where survivors have extensively worked on a generator, and you can actually just push them more and put so much pressure on them that it's very hard for the survivors to keep up with your plays. And let's go over to number 1. It is Scourge Hawk's Pain Resonance. So it is another perk regression perk, and this time it is by the artist. So what exactly does it do? Well, Pain Resonance allows for 4 random hooks to be revealed to you in a white aura, and if you pick up a survivor and you hook them on one of these Scourge hooks, the generator with the most progress is going to lose 20% of the total progress that that generator already has. Once again, this is an action that you're going to do quite often. Even if you have to go with the survivor on your back to one of the scourge hooks, most of the time it is not that hard. It's not that much time that you're actually losing when you go over to one of these hooks, or maybe you're even lucky and you can just find one of these hooks directly because that is the nearest one to you. Putting the survivors back by 20% on the generator where they have the most progress on is just an incredible act, and you'll get every game so much value out of this that it's just going to help you to spread out the game, buy more time, and by that you get more opportunities of actually downing the survivors and win the game. Not to forget, when you're actually hooking a survivor and the generator is exploding, it gives you an audio and visual cue, so you actually know where you should go next, and this information allows you, of course, to pressure these survivors and down them even faster. Thanks to that, of course, this is a well-deserved number 1. Now that we're also at the end, I just want to get off my chest. I feel like a lot of the better perks are, of course, the gen regression perks and also the aura reading perks. The perks that did not make it onto the list are maybe more specific to some sort of killers, but in general, I think these are just some of the best perks that you can play in general. I highly recommend to test them out, and if you have also a good perk that you would suggest our community to play, don't forget to just write a comment. Thank you very much, guys, that you've been watching this video. Check out my Twitch channel, it's down in the description. Join our Discord, and also going to see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye.